if you believe then that decentralized, diverse networks of collaboration are an important institution in society and that they can solve new kinds of problems and they come up with new kinds of solutions to problems that we have, and that they could, on some level, be as important as states or as markets in solving problems, and we should try and encourage their development as much as we can in society. If you believe that, then where do you fall on the political spectrum? What do you call that worldview? On the one hand, you take, if you believe in this, you take very seriously the kind of Hayek point that decentralized systems in the long run will outperform master-planned, top-heavy bureaucratic systems. And the point that the kind of Austrian school and Hayek made was that the world and society and the economy were too complex for a small group of experts to fully understand it. That if you try to kind of reduce down and simplify the complexity of a national economy or even a city economy, you would lose all the details of it because there's just too much information for a small number of minds to understand. And that's why planning was so often a mistake. And so markets were better and could outperform these kinds of systems because they distributed the knowledge throughout the entire marketplace. No individual or small group of people in a room somewhere had to understand the totality of the market. It was made up of all these local decisions made by buyers and sellers and producers and consumers. And that was the power of the marketplace to ultimately be more successful at innovating and meeting people's needs. So we take that point seriously, but the kind of correction to that is that not everything in the world can be solved by markets, and not every human need can kind of be successfully satisfied by marketplaces, and that there are other decentralized solutions, the internet most kind of notable among them, that are equally decentralized, but that don't actually involve traditional kind of market relationships. There were many, many companies that were trying to build a big global network that would connect all the computers around the world, and they all failed. They were all outperformed by the network that was built by peer networks, the internet and the web. So we believe in decentralization, but we don't think that the market is the answer for everything. We believe in progress and positive social change, but we don't think that the state is the answer for everything. And it's not like we're kind of squishy centrists in the middle who just want a little piece of it all. We think there's this new thing that people don't talk about nearly enough that has the capacity to make life better if we just put our minds to it and apply it in different places. So part of what I'm trying to argue in this book is that there is a kind of a different strain here to the philosophy that isn't quite left and right, and isn't quite centrist either. And so I've trying to reach around for the name, and I ultimately realized that there's this beautiful word that was always sitting there throughout all of this, which is peer. Peer is such a lovely word because it plays well in the kind of technology history. We talk about peer-to-peer networks, and at the same time, it's a word that resonates in ordinary language, the respect of our peers, the jury of our peers. And so the people that I'm chronicling in this book, I think, they are progressive in the sense that they believe in progress, they're optimistic, and they believe that the market isn't the only answer to all of our problems, but they believe in the power of these peer networks as well. And so I've started calling these folks, and myself, I suppose, peer progressives.